Hello, everybody, and welcome to History of the W, our podcast. We talk about all things Widener football and capture all those great stories from players of the past. We are excited to have an excellent guest tonight for episode 9, our 9th episode. We're starting to get a little bit of a roll here, and we're just real happy to have our guest on tonight. And tonight's co-host is the one and only George Jones, former guest. George, how are things going, my brother?
Things are going well, man. I'm happy to be here. This is awesome to be able to reflect on our times there at Widener, especially with this guy, this Mr. All-American here.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Well, we'll get into that a little bit, but again, great to have Antonio on here. But we'll do a little bit of background for everybody that's maybe joining us for the first time. Again, History of the W, talking about old school Widener football history, and I'll give you a little bit of information for everybody about the program. So Widener football started in 1879. We have 736 wins here in the NCAA. Only 53 teams in all of college football, that's all levels of college football, have over 700 wins. Widener is one of them, and we are sitting ranked at number 41 all time. To give you a little bit of a picture of who we're in the mix with, tied for 37th is the University of Delaware and Army. 39th is the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. Number 40, North Carolina. 41, Widener. Below that is Colorado and Utah. So we're in some serious company there in terms of wins. Okay. Widener is 4th all time in Division III in wins, behind Mount Union, Wittenberg, and one of our old nemesis, Washington and Jefferson. Wabash College, who we beat in the playoffs, I believe, a few times, is right behind us at 725. We have an overall win percentage of 614. 2 national championships, of course, 1977 and 1981. We have over 20 MAC championships since 1975, 2 of which were from people that are on this call tonight, 1994 and also 1995. Talking about our guest tonight, the one and only Mr. Antonio Moore, a defensive back for the Pride for 1993 and 1994. And rolling into the accolades of this gentleman. 1994, first team all MAC conference defensive back. The all-time single-season interception leader at Widener University with 13 in 1994, which will likely be a record for as long as we all live. The next closest person at Widener ended the season with 9. So that's a big difference. That's 50% more. Okay, for those of you that are math majors. All right. He is the 1994 MAC Conference Defensive Player of the Year, beating out 2 of his teammates that were also in the running, fellow All-Americans, O.J. McElroy and Blaze Coleman. He was the Associated Press Little All-American third team, Don Hanson Football Gazette All-American first team, Division III Sports Information Director All-American first team, ECAC South Region All-Star. The 1994 team, which is a team we do focus on quite a bit, of course. The 1994 team had 4 All-Americans in total, 3 of which on defense. So if you're wondering why the team was so good in 1994, this guy is certainly a big reason for it. And he is also, and lastly, mentioned by name in the August 28th, 1995 college football preview issue of Sports Illustrated, the one with Keyshawn Johnson coming out of the cover.
Yes.
Okay. Pioneers, Pride.
Wow.
Please welcome to History to W, Antonio Moore. Brother, thank you for being on.
I'm happy to be here, man.
It's great. It's great having you, man.
You make me sound pretty good, bro.
I'll tell you what, man. We've had a lot of people on, and we've had some really good players on. And I think highly of the other gentlemen on here, George. I think highly of myself, but shit, we're peasants compared to you, brother.
Quite a resume.
No, bro, we were all right there together, bro.
Oh,
we were all right there together.
Yeah, That is the truth. The 1994 team in particular, again, you go back. Widener goes back to 1879. I mean, we obviously had a lot of success in the last, say, 50, 55 years or so in the program as shorts. But the 94 team is ranked easily top 10 all time in Widener's history, without a doubt. I mean, and that includes teams that won the national championship, teams that lost in the semifinals. I mean, we were right there. I mean, that was it's an absolute wrecking machine of a team.
Yeah.
And it was a real pleasure to be a part of.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
When I started looking up everything, I'm like, God damn. I mean, like, and we always talk about the offense, right? I mean, the
Right.
offense was absolutely just. I mean, we were like Godzilla, stomping through Tokyo. But then you start looking at the defense, like, statistically, we were very, very good, but not. I mean, the accolades that have come out of that, the guy, you guys are three All-Americans on defense, like full on, like not just honorable mention, like straight up first team guys, and all time this, all time that. Like, you wonder why we were so dang good. Like, we put up points, but we didn't really have to. Right?
Listen, I think the offense had a lot to do with the defense being so good. 'Cause going against y'all in practice, man, the games was easy. The games were easy after competing against these guys on offense.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else had 3 running backs like we had. Nobody had the wide receivers we had. So y'all practicing against y'all made it easy. That's for sure.
It was a very special team, very special time. It was a real blend of great talent and personalities. And, it's a testament for things. And we talk about this often too, Antonio, like, we're still here, man. We're still talking, still bullshitting each other. And I mean, we haven't seen each other in 1,000 years, and
Yes.
It's still tight like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's nice. So,
yes, it was good memories, man. Some good times.
Very good.
For sure.
So take us back, Antonio, to how the fuck did you get to Widener?
I want to know.
How did that happen, man?
Listen,
how
bro.
How the hell did you end up?
Listen, it was all Coach Cubitt, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9", so it's not like the colleges were beating down my door. And in high school, it was just like in college. Like I had my sophomore year, I played a little bit. The junior year, I played a little bit. There was guys in front of me that played that I thought that I knew I was better than, but for some reason the coach had them in. But just like my freshman year at Widener, what it let me do was compete against the first string in practice. And I'm competing against these guys, and by the end of the season, these guys knew who was the better defensive back on the team in high school. So that prepared me for my senior year. My senior year, I led the county in interceptions. I had I think 5. I had 1 pick 6. I returned punts and whatnot, but I just never got any offers to go anywhere, any place big. And Cubitt came around. And how Cubitt, how he can sell you. And I'm like, bro, hey, I'm like, dog, as long as I ain't got to stay in Fort Pierce, okay, let's go. I'll try it, give it a shot. And I'm happy I did.
Wow.
Very cool.
So you didn't know anything, right, about Widener?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Florida, Fort Pierce, where is that, near Miami or?
No, Fort Pierce is about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of Miami. Still on the East Coast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grew up there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Did anybody else come from that area?
Emmett Dempsey.
Oh yeah, that's
Dempsey
right.
came from my high school.
So you guys went to school together?
Yes, we graduated together.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Cubitt got a package deal. He sold me an Emmett.
Oh,
yes,
man.
indeed. Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
now we're getting some puzzle pieces put together. Man. He knew how to.
Yeah.
He got a twofer, man. He got a buy
Yes,
one
and
get one,
remember,
right?
Cuban, he used to coach in Martin County
Yeah.
High School, and we played against Martin County every year. So he was. That's why Cuban was there at Central. He was familiar with our program there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. That's yeah. I mean, you wonder, like, because it was such a, especially back then, such a localized thing.
Hmm.
Now kids are coming from different places more than not, but it was a it was strange, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
were like, where you're from? Where? Like,
Yeah.
some of those guys. I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, and I'm sure you've all experienced this in one way or another. But like, growing up near Widener and going to school and high school in Delaware and stuff like that. Like, and where we were at. We weren't too far from the beach. We weren't too far from the mountains, stuff like that. I had met guys that had never been to the beach, never saw the ocean. And we were like, it wasn't like we were living in Colorado, so like, but it was still to have someone from somewhere else like that
Uh-huh.
was strange, right? It was like it
Yeah.
was eye opening, like where you go, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but
yeah,
remember when I came there, they already had a couple guys from Florida. They had Greg Crane was there.
yeah,
Uh,
He was from Miami. And
Mhm.
then Lloyd Lane came up there with us
Mhm.
from Miami. And Henry, can't forget
yeah.
Henry. And Jay Milgram and Curry. They came from down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
St.
Well, they
Thomas
had the
Aquinas, as
pipeline
a matter
going,
of
right?
fact.
They had the
Yeah.
pipeline going, right? So
Yeah,
then,
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think we were the only Division III school in the Northeast that had a Florida pipeline.
Yes. Absolutely.
telling you.
Absolutely. I
Yep.
used to look at the other teams, and first thing I'm looking for, okay, how many guys they got on here from Florida?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember
Zero.
Wilkes had one. Wilkes had
Yeah,
one. That little short, little fast running back they
That
had.
little dude. Yeah.
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 Elijah Powell. His name was
Yeah.
Elijah Powell. Yep.
I think he was from Tampa area.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah.
was he was a good player, man. He was
Yes.
made
He
things
was.
interesting.
Yeah. He was quick.
That's good though, man. I appreciate you telling us that because Cubitt was a hell of a salesman. I mean,
Yes.
he was able to pull the kids in and convince them that things this, that, and the other was going to happen. And for the most part, it did for a lot of kids. When if you
Yes.
stuck with it, if you
Yes.
stayed in the program, you stuck with it, you were going to have some success and be a part of
Uh-huh.
something. But yeah, he was he turned out to be a lot more of a salesman than I bargained for it.
I hear you.
But, yeah, he's
I
a
hear
trip,
you.
man. He's a trip. So what do you think, Antonio? What's your overall experience? I mean, you were there for 93, 94. I mean, two, decent years. We had a,
Mhm.
decent season in 93. You could tell things were turning around. 94, we made a heck of a run.
Mhm.
What was your overall experience like? Tell us a little bit more about how you saw things. What was how did you feel about, the team, the coaches, how you felt at school, stuff like that?
Yeah. I think that the area is awesome. Especially coming from Florida. We don't get to see the seasons change here. You go there, and I'm seeing snow. I'm seeing the fall. I'm seeing all kind of stuff that I've never saw before. That was awesome. And the people there, the teams that we had, it was top notch with the people that was on the team. We had some characters also. Oh man, I remember some guys and that's the thing about the sports part of it. Like there's some guys on there that you will never forget. Man, my freshman year we had who do we have? Billy Stearns. Oh man. I don't know if y'all remember Billy Stearns. You call him Balboa. He rode a
Oh
Balboa.
yeah,
motorcycle.
Yep. I remember
yeah,
Balboa.
yeah.
I tell people the story today. I'm like, man, Balboa was out there. Balboa used to run down on the kickoff team, screaming, yelling, paralyzed. He said, I'm gonna paralyze somebody, or I'm gonna paralyze myself, but somebody's getting paralyzed.
That
Like
was the
guys
guy.
like that,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was a
guys
trip,
like
man.
that you don't forget, man. But it was the first year, the team that we had was pretty good. I don't know what the problem was as far as the wins. I do think I do think our secondary let the defense down a lot. My freshman year, I remember some games guys getting roasted. I remember the FDU game my freshman year. Oh
Oh God,
man,
don't bring
but
it up.
Vic Mankato. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh boy.
Every
What
catch
he
was a
had.
record.
Oh man. And they were throwing
Yeah,
like that in the mud. It was
in the mud. He
it
had
was terrible. Oof.
220, I think 222 yards receiving in the mud.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and it was cold. Like, my goodness, it was horrible. It
That
was
was
it was
a
bad to watch.
that
Like,
was I talk about that when where that particular game where like the ball was like half underwater. Like it
yes,
was so bad,
yes,
man.
yes, indeed.
It was horrible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I played a little bit that game. That was good though, because they like I say, people was getting roasted so much. They just like, hey, man, we're gonna try anything out there. So that was my first game my freshman year I got to play in. Luckily I didn't get roasted. I didn't get roasted. But that team we of course we had the talent and everything. We had the guys on there. We had some leaders, especially on offense, like Dukes, Keith. I used to go up against, and that's the thing. That's what I think going up against people like Dukes and Burden and Boonta. My freshman year got me ready for the second year because I'm like, dude, I can cover these guys. I can cover anything else
Yeah.
out there that we gonna go against. And you know how our offense was. They slung that football around. So
Yeah.
that my game days was every day in practice my freshman year.
Yeah.
So that gave me a lot of confidence that I can do it. Because my freshman year when I came there, I think I was out of shape. Because in Florida we have spring football, like so. I didn't have that my senior year, or because once you're a senior, you don't
Yeah.
participate in no more spring football, nothing, everything on your own. So I kind of took that likely and took that for granted. Man, them what was them 110s, boy, they'll humble you real fast.
Day one.
Oh my God. Like, dude, this how we starting off? Like,
Oh
oh
man.
my God, they're about to kill me in day one. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I had to work my way to playing shape my freshman year. But my junior year, my second year, I was ready. I knew what to expect. I knew the 110s was coming. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
I was definitely
I'm
ready.
still breathing heavy from them things, man.
Yes,
You're not.
indeed.
Everybody brings that up, man. Everybody brings those things up. Everybody
Yeah,
brings
man.
up those things because it's just such a it's burned into you so
Yes.
deeply, and it's like it's a shock to the system when
Yes,
when you
indeed.
hear like they don't even like tell me in July that's how we're going to test everybody. I would have been a little
Exactly.
bit more prepared, right?
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
they
Exactly.
just sprung that shit on you like, all right, let's
Yeah.
go. Like, oh,
Like, dude, it's the first day. Like,
yeah,
they didn't even talk about it first. Like, oh my gosh, just put on your shoes, let's go.
You
Like,
barely get
wow.
out the car. You barely
Yeah.
get out the
yeah.
car, right?
Like, man.
Yeah.
Put
You
your
just put
stuff
your
away in your
you put your
dorm yet?
pillow, yeah, you put your pillow down. You're like, all right, go run a shit ton before the night's over.
For
Oh
real.
man.
Hey, Antonio, I want to kind of go back. You already alluded on this, and when Pete started off, he talked about all your accolades. I mean, it's like overwhelming, like hearing all those accolades. I'm sure it's like, wow, what you accomplished within 2 years.
Hmm.
But I think what you accomplished and the things that how successful you were, I think it should be studied because, like you alluded to talking about how when you came in, you weren't ready and you
Hmm.
had to work you had to work your way up the ranks,
Hmm.
and I think one of the best things about Widener back then, we had a JV team. So
Yes.
I remember you being on the JV team, and
Yes.
and you got my attention on JV because I
Hmm.
was watching a game and I heard, wow, I hear somebody hitting, like, and that's the thing people don't know too. You could about you actually used to hit.
Yeah.
Um, they know you for your interceptions and everything, but going back, like, because kids now, it's like a microwave society, right? They
Uh-huh.
want it right away. Want it right
Uh-huh.
away. Um, you had to work for it, and
Hmm.
and it paid off, and you worked your way up the ranks, and
Hmm.
and achieved that. So how did you, like, you know, we had over 100 some people there, and how did you feel like coming in there and then, not getting to really, you know, getting like, hey, Tony, are you gonna get to play right away? How did you feel, and
Yeah.
how working yourself up? How did that all work out? Talk to me through that whole process.
Yeah, because like I say, dude, like, from even from high school, I knew that I knew what I can do, and it was just a matter of me going out there and showing everybody else. Because I knew, like I say, I knew I was better than a lot of people coming up in high school that I played behind. So when I came to Widener, like I say, I wasn't in shape to go out there. The 110 showed me that I wasn't in shape, but then what also happened, you spoke of the JV team, dude. I wasn't even starting on the JV, so I'm looking at that like, man, ain't nowhere in the world it's gonna be like this. It's like, dude. So again, so when we practice, I'm going up against the number ones. I'm like, I'm working my way up. I'm working my way up. Sooner or later, they gonna know. They gonna know who's better. Simple as that. They will know. I will show them, and that's what happened. But I'm glad that it happened that way, because I got to work against the best. It wasn't like I was going against a scout team. And listen, yeah, I got in trouble a couple times with Cupid. He was like, "That's not what the other team was going to be doing." I'm like, "Bro, if I know he about to run a slant, I can't just sit there and let him catch it." you know, it's my job to break that up or go after the football. Cupid wanted me to just let him run it and score. Like, bro, come on, man. But it all worked out. It all worked out how it should.
I think that's a part of it too, Antonio, that a lot of people don't maybe factor in or get at how good the scout team guys were
Hmm.
and how hard they practiced and how they brought a lot to the table. Then, when we would do against ones versus ones and stuff like that, that was different. But, all week long, we're going against, scout team guys. They were those scout team guys, right? There's no way to sugarcoat it. But most of
Hmm.
those guys could have played somewhere else and started,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that's a fact. But they ended up wanting to be at Widener and be on a winning team and be in a winning program and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So, that was, I don't think a lot of schools had that. I don't think a lot of
Right.
teams maybe had that level of, just being stacked. And, that was, and those guys brought it every day. I mean, you mentioned that, Balboa, you guys called him Balboa. That guy, he caused me a couple of fits in the scout team a couple of times. We were doing this thing that we call inside period, where would just be the five linemen and be mostly inside runs, and they would have the camera right over top of everybody so they could
Hmm.
really, really see everybody. And we're just getting our steps down. It's not like full contact and full speed or whatever. And he's coming
I was
a
about to
gap full
say,
speed,
somebody
and I'm
forgot to
and
tell him.
and he hit me like right in the mouth. I'm like, yo, take it easy. And this was '94, so I'm a junior at this point. I'm really like, I got it. I know the fucking playbook. Like I don't. So like, and he's like, oh, and he started yelling at me, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So we're coming right back to the line, run the same play. He's going to do the same blitz. He moved the line, and I put my hand underneath here. I picked him up, oh bam, and slammed him down like freaking choke slammed him down. And I'm like, you want to go easier now? And he's like, yeah, I'll go easier now, Pete. Like, yeah, I thought so. Like,
No, yeah, now I
fucking,
get it.
I fucking told you, take it easy. Like,
No, I
you'll live
get it.
longer. You listen
Yes,
to me,
indeed.
you'll live longer, dude.
Yes, indeed.
Shit. But like that's the kind of stuff that we'd have these guys they were all out, man. They were
Yeah.
the kickoff guys that were crazier than shithouse rats,
Yes.
and they were gonna play hard no matter what. So it's great.
Yep. Absolutely.
Funny.
Yes.
Oh man, that's
That's
funny.
funny,
That's good.
Pete. You say, everybody has that welcome to the college moment. Did you
Yeah.
did you have one of those moments, Antonio, where you like welcome?
Yeah, the 110s. That did it.
That was
The
welcome.
110s. The first hour of practice. Like, come on, bro. Like, what happened to walkthrough?
Yeah.
You know, like, my goodness, let's talk about what we're gonna be doing first. Like nothing, just line it up. Whistle blowing, like, my gosh, like, bro, let me catch my brother before you blow that whistle again. Nope, get at it. But other than that, man, I knew what to expect as far as college football, especially coming from Florida. We played with some studs in high school, so and I played with a bunch of guys on my team that went Division 1 and whatnot. So as far as the competition, I was ready for that, but I just had to get physically ready, and the mental part came from not being in shape. So I had to get that part down. But after my freshman year, before we left school, I remember telling Burton, I said, Burton, next year I'm getting an interception every game. I'm like, I'm going to average an interception every game. He's like, bro, if you do that, you'll be all American. I said, well, that's what it's going to be. Well, I'm like, why am I out there if I'm not getting an interception? You know, so I'm like, the quarterback gonna mess up one pass. He ain't gonna throw perfect balls every play. So that was my mindset going from freshman to sophomore year. One interception per game at least.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I can appreciate that, man. Setting a goal and obviously sticking to it. I mean, I felt like I was talking for 30 minutes about all the stuff, all the awards, but it ended up working out that way. I appreciate that. I mean, that was something that a lot of guys started to come back to the table with every year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be something.
Mhm.
And it worked out for a lot of those guys. And you
Mhm.
have to be like that. You have to be selfish but part of the team at the same time, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you got to take care of yourself, because if you're taking care of yourself, you can take care of the others eventually
Yeah.
too, right? So it's really nice to hear.
Yeah, man. Like I say, I knew what was about to happen. Because like I say, practicing against those other guys, like, dude, nobody else got a squad like this. So I knew I was gonna be ready for that. Every other team may have one good receiver or one good back. You know, I'm like, bro, we got a squad over here. We gonna be all right. We gonna be a-okay.
Yeah, I think everybody was feeling it right going into '94. We all
Mm-hmm.
felt it, like it was just like an aura or something. Like, hey, we knew we were really going to we were onto something good going
Yeah.
into that '94 season. Kind of just like you. I think I said to I said, G Garrett, I said, yo, I'm definitely gonna score. I'm gonna lead the team in scoring next year. And I had that in my, and he was like kind of not believing me, like, yeah, right, okay. Sure enough, sure
Yeah.
enough,
Uh-huh.
you know. So it was just a great feeling going in because we knew what we had.
Uh-huh.
That a lot of the hard work that we had, all the top talent we had on both sides of the ball, like you said, like you pointed out, Pete, on defense, crazy, and then like you say, offenses, that's we're the ones that get all the hype, and I know Pete always tells me, to give you the linemen their due. We had great linemen, great. I mean,
Uh-huh.
we were
Yeah.
we were we were drinking Gatorade and stuff, chilling on the sideline at halftime. Games
Hmm.
were over.
Yeah.
They were over at
Right.
halftime.
Yes, indeed. And
Oh
look, man, I
man.
remember I remember telling some people back at home, man. Folks, they think it's just Division 3. I'm like, dude, we have people that I honestly think can play anywhere. I'm like, dude, not too many people run like George. Not too
Oh
many people. Not too
no.
many people got moves like Robson, bro. I don't care what level they on. If one
Yeah.
on one, you're not tackling him. Yeah, you'll be lucky to touch him.
Yeah.
Right?
And you
Like,
guys
dude,
made
then,
people look dumb. I mean,
oh my
like
gosh.
they never played ball before. They like
Yes.
fall down. Like
I
it
I
just.
I,
I mean,
I was watching the video, and he did a quick slant. And the linebacker just sitting there, just licking his chops, like I'm about to knock this guy out. Anybody else would have been knocked out. Robson did a little two-step, and the guy just collapsed. And Robson took it like 40 more yards before anybody caught up with him. I'm like, dude, I replayed the video just to see the kind of move he did, and I still can't figure out what the hell he did with his feet to make that guy do that. Like, dude, nobody was tackling that guy one-on-one. Nobody. No, so then we got Gossip. Gossip was a combination of both of y'all. I'm like, man, this is just ridiculous here. Like just whose game is gonna be? Because y'all just out there showing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a machine, man. It really was, and it's just a pleasure. Like I said it to George when we had him on before, and it's like it was such a pleasure to just watch you guys work. Like just it made it made my life a lot easier. I mean, it was not, it was, it really did. I mean, we're in a war, 75 plays a game, and and it was, but to see it, you just turn your head and you see, like just, whatever,
gone.
And then, I'd be on the, when you guys were out there on defense, I'd be on the sidelines screaming, and by the end of the game, I can't tell you how compressed my head was and how much in pain I was. And it wasn't because of hitting. It was because I was screaming so loud for the defense. Like it's, so man, it was so nice to watch you guys work and just like, I'm sure we all had the feelings of like, oh shit, but all of a sudden, man, it was over. And here we are. We got the ball on the 6-yard line because somebody did this, that, or the other. Like, here comes another easy touchdown.
Yeah, freaking OJ coming around the edge. Like, dude, this, man, we had some monsters over there. Even Lloyd Hill was a quiet monster.
Yeah.
like Lloyd. Lloyd on the football and Lloyd off the football field. It's two different people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he was a scary dude. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, George. Yeah.
Tell me about, like, do you have any moments that's really funny or just memorable moments?
Man, that's plenty. That is plenty. That is plenty. Let me see. What was the? I can't think of any funny moments. But, because some of the stuff happened in the locker room, in the shower, all kind of stuff,
That's what we want to hear too. I mean, that's like everybody, we could reminisce about the games and certain aspects of things, stuff like that. But the real brotherhood stuff is locker room,
yes,
parties,
yes.
All that stuff. Because we were like, we were on the team, and if we saw you in, each other in class, whatever, but like we were always cool, but we didn't hang out every day. But I'll tell you what, if we saw each other somewhere, we'd hang out.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So like but that whole thing, like there was a good mixing, especially over time. People by 94, especially for like George and my group, we really knew each other by that point. You know what I mean? And even though if we weren't hanging out every day, we could hang out.
Listen, like I said before, we had some characters. I know y'all remember this character. Oh, Aunt Ellen.
Oh shit, yeah. God bless. He passed away.
Yes,
right?
Yes. That was one of the reasons I'm like, you know what? I need to go back because people are leaving us now. But that cat there, that was a scary guy. I don't think I ever saw anybody just flat out naturally as strong as Ant.
Yeah.
Aunt Ellen, and he was a little crazy. I remember his mom was coming to visit, and he took Playboy pictures and put them all over his room, just naked women everywhere. And his mom walked in and looked at him, and he just bust out laughing. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like, and his mama, all she did was shake her head. She's like, this boy here. I'm like, yeah, he's special. He is special. Well, I saw Ant tackled somebody one day in practice, man, and there was a machine on the field. Ant tackled him clean through the machine. I think he broke the machine. I don't know if it was a machine that snaps the football or something, but Ant, like, dude, you do not want to be in front of that dude. I'm telling you, man, that cat there was an animal. just naturally strong.
Yeah, he was a beast, man. He
Yeah.
look, I mean, I came head to head with him quite a few times, man, and
I'm
it was
sure.
never easy. It was
Like,
never
dude,
easy.
like,
I
no,
mean,
how you get?
it was like hitting a refrigerator with feet, man. Like,
Yes,
you know,
like, bro, how you get that strong, bro?
I don't know, man.
Oh man, him and Henry, those are the two guys that on the weekends when they got some beer in them, some liquor in them, stay out their way.
Oh,
Hey, it was like Debo coming down the hallway. You look out there like, oh Lord, no, hell no, I'm not going out there. Cause Ant want to grab you and start wrestling. You can't get away. Like, nah, bro.
yeah.
But those cats made college good, man.
That's
Meeting
true.
people like that. 'Cause I used to go to Aunt's family's home during the holidays, like for Thanksgiving and stuff. They used to always invite the Florida guys there. And so they took us in. Like, man, remember his cousin Freddie Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was good, man, meeting cats like that.
That's nice, man. It's and to hear that you guys were, getting it integrated with other families and
Uh-huh.
local and be like that and be, getting a little home cooking and
Yeah.
all that. I mean, it's good stuff, man. That's the
Yes,
way, and
indeed.
that's the way it should be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It should be like that, right? So,
Yep. I went one year with Garrett to his house. Hey, Garrett neighborhood, boy, that thing, no. It reminded me a lot of home. I'm like, man, these cats right here crazy. These cats crazy, boy. Like, bro, we need to go inside the house and stay in there.
You weren't
where
the only
he
one.
was
I went
from?
there
Yeah.
once too.
Is
He's
he
from
Yeah.
from
Detroit.
Jersey, East Orange,
Yeah,
something like
he's
that?
from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got
Yes, indeed. Like,
Yeah, but
man.
definitely some characters there, man.
Yeah, man.
You remember they call him Dat Prescott.
Oh man.
Dat.
He was strong as a bull.
Yeah.
But he just, hey, once he got on the football field, it just didn't translate.
No,
Yeah. I
he
think
was his feet were stuck in
yeah, I was
concrete,
about to
baby.
say, I think he had two
Yeah.
left feet, man.
Yeah.
I think he had two left feet.
Then
I
they try
think
to
he
put him
had
on
two.
offense too. They try to put him on offensive line. That's even worse.
Oh my
You got to have
gosh.
real good feet on offense, and he.
Listen, bro, my freshman year, um, in camp, my roommate was Greg Crane.
Oh,
So you know how pretty he was on the field.
oh
So,
my.
bro,
That
listen. So
guy's
the
the reason
first
everybody's socks had holes in them, man. From
He was Mr.
from
Pretty
making his
out
own
there,
spats, yeah, making his own spats with his socks.
even
But
for practice.
so man, after the first day when we did the 40-yard dash and the bench press and all that, then like I say, this guy go take a shower. He come out with a towel on. Man, he looked like George Jones. He looked like Greek gods. I'm like, dude, I'm like, this cat, he got to be something serious on this football field. Man, that first day we put on them pads, I saw Greg, he was back trying to catch punts. Oh my gosh. They punted him the ball, and that ball beat Greg up so bad. I'm like, no, maybe that was just a fluke. But then after that, I'm like, man, Greg, he ain't got no coordination. Greg can't catch. I'm like, bro, how you that fast? And he was from Miami? I'm like, I just knew he was about to be a stud. Like Greg needed some stickum.
oh man,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was pretty. Yeah, he definitely was
Oh
pretty.
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Everything
he
he did
was,
was
man.
pretty. Yes, indeed.
He was a good looking dude. He was a bit. I mean, built like a brick shit house. Like
Oh
just
my
man,
gosh.
he couldn't play football to
He
save his
couldn't,
life.
and he couldn't catch. Oh my gosh, he couldn't catch.
Yeah.
Remember one game, it was a away game, so I didn't travel because I was on JV. So they came back and was like, Greg had 2 interceptions that game. I'm like what? I'm like, the ball had to stick in his face
The
mask or
ball
something.
caught him.
But it was his only 2 interceptions for the season, man. I'm like, wow. Wow. I know you remember the guy from Wilkes, my freshman year, y'all.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
that guy
the
caught one for
receiver.
like He caught one for like 80 yards and turned around and shot everybody. He was in the end zone. Hey, listen, bro. I'm like, dude, that's my goal is to not get shot by him. My second year, okay, not get shot by this guy. He will gun you down for sure.
Hey, that's when the field was right in the middle, of the
Yes,
campus. Yeah.
yes. Pete reminded me of that earlier, man. Before we started recording, I forgot. I forgot all about that. That feels something, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't get injured on that field.
Oh my goodness. I know I was running and I became like 5 inches shorter when I running.
Every week I had to wash that kitty litter out of my balls and shit, man.
Oh my
The stuff was
gosh.
everywhere. It was in my, I was like, oh
That
my
field,
God.
yeah,
That stuff
man.
was
So
fun, man.
my second year when we got the new field, boy, we was in the big leagues. Like, my gosh, we done came up.
Speaking of that, Tony,
Go
you
ahead.
remember like, as we were coming up, we were, 93, how they kind of treated, I think our buses were not as nice. Buses
Yeah,
weren't as nice. Remember what we used to eat,
yeah,
those little sandwiches or whatever, those dry sandwiches.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that part.
But then by the time, 94, man, new field, we got
Uh-huh.
buses with TVs in it.
Yeah.
We actually got McDonald's.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We doing all right, boy. We got
Right.
McDonald's.
Well, I think by that point, Cubitt was the athletic director, if he wasn't already. So he was moving money all over the place. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, we was good. We was good. Yeah, man. We were good, dog.
I just remember when we went to, it was Dickinson, when we played at Dickinson, and we had to stay in the hotel, and we were watching a movie in the big, room or whatever, like the wedding room or whatever it was, and everyone's like, "Coach, I need another pitcher of cranberry juice," like this, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
Robson and got the good.
Ah, shit, it wasn't just him. It was like, 3/4 of the team. Like, just,
Wow.
just a lot. Oh man, it was just funny stuff though, man. Those are I hope that kind of stuff still happens. I'm sure it does along the lines, but man, I know times are different, but it really did. It made the whole experience,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell my son when he was saying that he didn't want to play football. I'm like, bro, if you ever get in that locker room, bro, you will have experiences like you've never had before. You're gonna have memories you ain't never gonna forget. Like, dude, being in that locker room with all the rest of the fellows, that's when everybody becomes that's camaraderie. Like, dude, you have no idea how it is in that locker room.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think it might have been 93, and we won a home game, and guys were running around in the shower with their helmets on and throwing mud at each other and crazy. Jim Wark, remember Jim Wark, Potter? He was doing just unbelievable, man. Just
Listen, man, I remember coming in the shower from one end, Henry coming in from the other end, and there's one shower left. So we look at each other. Now we got to race to the shower. Of course, I beat him to the shower. Henry jumped in the same shower I was in. I'm like, all right, bro, it's yours. I'm like, it's yours, bro. I'll wait on somebody else. I thought it was the first man there. No, and Henry's like, hey, man, this is mine. I'm like, yes, sir. It's yours. But yeah, man, it was some good times, man. Good times.
So Antonio, it's funny because when you think about people, you always think about how they made you feel, and for you, I always remember you always have a smile on your face. You always have a good attitude. Where does that come from?
Man, it come from home. It come from home. My mom now. My mom is she's she's like me, then she got another side. She'll cuss you out. But for the most part, she's like me. My brother, he's a year younger than me now. He was the mean one. He was the mean one. He always tried to fight and this and that. But with me, I'm like, dude, I try to even till today, I try to just, take everything as it is. And I don't try to make stuff that it be like stuff that it ain't. If I can do something about it, I will. If I can't, I don't let it bother me. Dude, I got 3 years to retirement. That's all I'm trying to get to. you know, 3 years before I can retire. So I don't let a lot of stuff bother me at all. I've been like that since I was young. I'm like, I always believe that everything gonna work itself out how it's supposed to, and so far I've been right. Some things take a little longer, but everything happens how it's supposed to. Like I say, I could have went some other places, man. I wouldn't have met y'all cats. I'm like, though, I went there for a reason. I was supposed to meet y'all, man. Y'all some good dudes. A lot of good dudes up at Widener that I met. They even, like you say, to this day, we good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
It is.
That's
It's true. I remember seeing Antonio like either had an interception or a good tackle, and he'd be doing that. You remember, remember that shit?
He had the selling going
Yeah,
on.
he had the
Listen,
celebration, man. He had that walk,
listen. I
bobbing the
remember.
head and everything.
I remember there was one interception, dude, against Wilkes. Everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like we practiced that week. We practiced that week. Everybody knew if number two lines up outside of number three, they're gonna do a quick hitch. I'm like, okay, so everybody knew it. So we punt the ball and it landed on their goal line. First play they run the ball, it gets stuffed. Next play they come out the huddle and they're in that formation on the goal line. I'm like, I know they're not doing this on the goal line. All they have to do is catch this football. Coach Kenning, I love Coach Kenning. Coach Kenning said if they come out in this formation, as soon as that ball snaps, you just take off running forward, and you should get a pick six. I'm like, everybody knew it was coming. I looked at the video last night. Dude, I got defensive linemen pointing it out to me. I'm like,
Everybody.
Yeah. Don't give it away.
yeah. So I told Clarence Giles, I'm like, dude, when I get this interception, I'm doing the Dion. I'm doing the Dion dance and I'm dancing, okay? So the play happens. Dude, I'm telling you, I look at the video now and I almost overran the football. That's how
Yeah, you
prepared we
gotta
was for
call
that play.
it.
I had to jump and catch the ball backwards as I'm going into the end zone. It like, dude. So I catch the ball, I throw the ball up in the air, and I'm about to dance. Here come Giles. Giles,
He tackled you. I
Giles
remember.
came with a perfect tackle. And dog, I couldn't get away. I tried to shake it. I couldn't get loose. He tackled me. Then everybody else piled on. I'm like, dude, but looking at that video, I'm like, that was better than doing Dion. Just to see everybody, how happy everybody was, dog. Because everybody knew it was coming. Even the sideline. As soon as I touched the ball, everybody on the sideline like this.
Oh yeah. We couldn't
Like,
believe it. I was like, holy shit! Like, I mean, and coming from George and my side, we didn't know any of that was going to happen. We don't know nothing about scouting about defense or whatever. We're like, holy shit! Like, I can't believe they threw that. Just so it was. I mean, that if you go back to that particular game and just doing some research on you and your accolades. I mean, that's a big article that's repeated all over the place from Wilkes and from Widener side and we had them already at that game.
yeah,
At
that
point,
broke
I
their
think we
back.
were up 21-7 or 21-0.
Yeah, that broke their back.
That
I'm like,
broke
we
the back,
good.
yeah. Yeah. And that was a big statement game for us.
Absolutely.
Now we had come off of, I mean, obviously I guess we had won 4 or 5 games in a row. But in those games, both Jeff Bell and I were hurt. And they were the 3 shittiest games, like the Del Val and Julia and whatever.
So Wilkes was supposed to be all competition.
It was like, okay, this is
Yeah,
a
that was all
serious
measuring
game,
stick.
and we were both back. I had just got back into the lineup for that game, So I was a little nervous. I wasn't sure how I was going to play.
Mm.
I was still pretty hurt. My shoulder was hurt and my knee was hurt and all that. But I mean, we beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, boy. Like I say, that was our measuring stick.
Yeah.
Because you remember what they did us the year before. Like I say, the dude was the receiver was shooting everybody that game.
Yeah.
So that interception there. That was special. And it's just like I say, just to see everybody's reaction and everybody happiness in that end zone. That was better than me dancing. Like, dude, we had you look at the video, Clarence Richardson, he on the sideline, he done ran in the end zone. He in civilian clothes. He's in civilian clothes. I'm on the ground, I'm looking up, and he's in my face. I'm like, wow, Clarence Walker, he runs on the sideline with off the sideline with no helmet. He's in the end zone celebrating. Like, dude, that was major.
That was huge.
And it happened just how Coach said it would. That was the best part. And I'm like, when I saw them line up in that, I'm like, just catch the football. Just catch the ball.
Oh man, yeah.
I think that was stuck in my chest.
Oh, you were a magnet, man. I mean, 13 interceptions in one season is literally unheard of. I mean, I think the record is 14, like in all of college football. But like Jesus Christ, I mean, it was like it was falling out of the sky right into your pocket. I mean, like every other, like it was like, what the hell? So, I mean, happy to see it, but like it was shocking in a lot. Like there's certain things certain benchmarks, right? Like 1,000-yard rusher or maybe 10 sacks or something like those. Certain things like that. But I mean, I think interceptions for a college football season, like 5 or 6 is like wow. But like. 13. Holy shit, Christ.
Yeah.
So it was unbelievable, and it was just like I said earlier. I mean, I highly doubt anyone will ever break that. And as much passing as there is today, you would expect it maybe a little bit more, but it's not. I mean, some guys have 5, 6. I mean, that's a hell of a season for a lot of people. So
every year for Widener, I'm checking. I'm like, let me look and see what the highest person with the interception is, and I look. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
No,
and the second person who has 9, that was the record before. So I beat that, and I'm like, nobody has even got 9. I'm like, yeah, like it's been 30 years. So I'm like, some records you think, okay, yeah, it may stand for a while, but I did expect somebody to challenge it by now. But I'm like, hey, it's still there. It's standing strong.
Oh,
it's
come
standing
on,
strong.
Yeah. It's not like it's 10 and the other guy had 9. I mean, it's. I mean, you've stomped it into the ground. So I can't imagine 2 people having 13 interceptions on a team like together. Like that's not. And you had 13. I mean, other guys had interceptions that year.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like, and I never even bothered to tally any of that. I mean, I'm sure we did and looked. I mean, the other corner and the safeties probably had a couple apiece, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so we probably had 20 or 25 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean,
we definitely led our conference in interceptions. That was easy. Yeah. But you're right. You are absolutely right. So I used to tell my son when I was coaching, like, dude, even if the ball thrown to the other side of the field, just hustle over there. It may be tipped around 5 times, just long enough for you to hang in the air, long enough for you to dive and catch it. Just get there. Like good things come when you go around the football. Don't be lazy. But what do I know?
Yeah, what do you?
I know.
I know. We were talking before we jumped on, George. And I was saying I had coached my kids, the team, but I didn't individually coach them. They played running back or still playing running back and quarterback and stuff like that. And and maybe I'll say something to them about something like, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, it's football. Like,
Yes.
come on. Like, you played 30 years ago. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
punk, you little
a stranger tell them something, they'll click
Yeah.
And
right on
they'll run through the wall.
Yeah,
They'll run through the wall. And the stranger probably never played in their life. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling them. I said, that's what got me started coaching. My son is out there on the practice field, backpedaling, and he's always been the fastest person on the team. So he's backpedaling, the receivers closing the cushion and then running past him, and he's still backpedaling. I'm like AJ, when he closed the cushion, turn and run. He's like, Coach told me to backpedal. I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, bro. Like I was telling Pete, I'm telling him, like, dude, any position on the field, defensive back, I may know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Just listen. Just listen, dog. Then if the coach don't tell you this, just listen to what I'm telling you, dude, and you're gonna be all right. But so I had to come out of the stands and go out there on the football field and start coaching.
Yeah, I mean, us as dads, I don't think there's any more frustrating thing than that, right?
Yeah.
Your kid not listen to you, you know what you're talking about. You're trying to help out of all the people in the world, right? Who wants that kid get better more than you?
Absolutely.
They don't want to listen to you or shrug you off, and then the worst is you hear from some coach or something, and they're like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "I told you that like 10 times."
My goodness.
I think it happens to the best of us.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny, man. It's true though. And it's just, again, a testament of just your individual contribution, Antonio. But we were so much more than just the interceptions. I mean, you're a great teammate. You were a hell of a tackler. I mean, you guys, a great player all around, not just a one-trick pony. And there's a reason why, I mean, it wasn't, look, that's an amazing statistic, but you were much more than that. There's hundreds of plays. I mean, maybe we played 12 games, right? And so there's probably 75 defensive plays a game. I mean, that's almost 1,000 plays that you probably played in. And there was only 13 of them, of those 1,000 were interceptions. The rest of the time you had to do other shit.
Yes, indeed.
They got to break that down a little bit more, right? So like,
yes, indeed.
That's why it is the ultimate team sport. Honestly, it's because there's so many pieces that have to work for all that individual success to actually shine through. And the other 10 guys had to do their job too to make those things happen. And
absolutely,
it's tough to understand that and communicate that unless you were neck deep in it like we all
yes,
were,
indeed.
right? So,
absolutely.
So, it's funny when we talk about stats and like maybe flip it into offense for a minute. Like if you go back and look at the statistics in '94 for Vic, he only threw the ball about 220 times the whole season. Right? That's now it's usually like 450.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was like 140 for 220 or something like that for like 1,700 yards or something like that. Like that was it. And wonder where all the yardage and all the scoring came from. Well, the guy at the bottom of the screen in the gray sweatshirt, he was a big part of it too. But like it's all part of the puzzle, man. And it's
yes, indeed.
We just had in that year in particular some really, really shiny pieces of puzzle.
Yes, indeed. Listen, I remember George going up the middle and a guy coming to hit him in the hole, and the guy just bounced off, and George just ran it and just kept running in the end zone. I'm looking at the guy like, bro, no, you got to wrap him up. Like, dude, you're not gonna just hit him like that. And no, like I've never hit George. Got any good hits on George? Now gossip. I done laid gossip out a couple times. But George, I never got any good hits on George. I didn't want to hit George. Oh man, George was like I say, he was that Greek god, bro. You don't want to bounce into that.
Yeah.
Gossett was
Yeah.
more my level, about the same size as me.
George hit me a couple times back in the back.
In the back.
It felt great. It was.
And he keep running. Yep, he keep running.
He was my own personal chiropractor. For,
Yes, indeed. Hey, but once George get loose though, man, you didn't see a better stride. You never saw a better stride than when George been that corner. Like, yep, he gone. They ain't catching him. I can attest to that. Ain't no catching that guy.
Talk about how good we had all the shiny parts we had. I had to get mine quickly.
Yeah, you had to get it when it gets when you can. Yep.
Go back to that.
Touches.
No, go back to some of the games, right? You know, George would have 7 carries for 106 yards, you know, and Anthony would have 12 for 98, whatever, and Robson would have 6 for 60, or like, I mean, it was like we weren't running the ball 40, 50 times. It was 20 something. I mean, it just didn't happen. I don't know how. It was spread out a lot, and obviously by design, but everybody had success. It just wasn't coming from one guy, and which really made a big. I mean, it's why we all were able to play as long as we have too. I mean, because you weren't just that one guy getting, whipped the entire game. So
like I say, other teams may have had one good running back and one good receiver.
Yeah.
No, bro, we had any play, anybody on our team could take it to the house in a blink of an eye, it happened. Like when we scored points, we scored points fast, and it was a lot of points real fast. Before the team knew it, it was over. They wondering what in the world just happened. Like, dude,
they had to look at us going, who do we cover? Like, what do we do? What do we do? Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and it did. Again, we both were on the 93 team and 94 team, right? We're all 3 of us, and there was definitely stuff happening in 93. I mean, we went on a little bit of a run, and then we hit a little bit of a valley towards the end of the season. But there was you could see the talent coming through, right? And I think we were just still real young and inexperienced, and we made some stupid mistakes, and that was it. I mean, we didn't really get snow plowed too bad by 2 months. We lost it pretty bad to FDU that muddy game, and Wilkes put a whooping on us a little bit, but not. We were never really out of too many games. We could have been maybe instead of 6-4 or whatever we were. We could have been 7-3 or 6. We easily could have been maybe something like that, right? But we still were not fully recognized, and then I mean we weren't picked to win the MAC in '94. We were picked to get second. I mean, we were right there, but we ran over everybody. I don't remember who they picked to win it. Maybe it was Lycoming, but
and that was one of the fulfilling things is that we came out and spanked everybody. we paid everybody back for what happened the year before. Yeah. Everybody got it. So that was yes, indeed. That's true. I remember FDU. I remember how Moncado looked after the game. Like, this ain't the same squad, buddy. This is not the same squad. They had like 25 yards receiving. I had 3 interceptions. I think I had more catches than he had that game.
That was a tough game because if I have I'm thinking of Moravian. I think Moravian, we were tied at half. And it was like, Cuban was, he was hot, but then we just smoked him in the second half.
Exactly.
I don't remember what happened in the FDU game in '94. We played them at our field, right? And,
we beat them pretty good. We beat them pretty good. And that was I remember Moncado needed 1 touchdown to break the conference record. I'm like, bro, that ain't happening. that ain't happening. And I remember I was supposed to line up on whatever side he lined up on, and they must have knew it because they started sending him in motion. And Hey, I was mad every time you go in motion. I'm like, come on, bro, really? Like, dude, what you looking for? But luckily, our secondary, we had no problem wherever he want to go. We had people who gonna cover him. You know,
Yeah.
we got Scar Patty and Brian. Oh, was it McCain? Yeah,
Robbie McCabe.
that was a nut. Now he'll run up and hit you.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we
Who was
had
the other corner? Who was the other
Mercer.
cornerback?
Mercer
Was
and
Jesse Mercer?
Garrett. Yeah,
Oh
Mercer
yeah,
and Garrett.
that's right.
Okay.
Yep. They swap in and out. And so we were set in the secondary. Scarpati was like the commander back there. So
Yeah.
we were good. Yeah, we were good. So
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, when we George and I played in '95, and not having you there and Scar Patty, and I mean, the defensive backfield was
so I've
wasn't
heard.
there. It wasn't, bro. It was
So,
not there. It was.
so
Not,
I've heard. I talked to
Yeah.
Giles.
Yeah.
I talked to Giles and to Day Day. And they like, bro, I remember sometime they were like, man, it'll be a play. And they'll just look at each other like, man, Antonio would have went and got that one. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, man.
You were certainly missed in '95, but it was that was, I mean, and that was the biggest hole on the team for almost the entire time I was there. George was there, I mean, except for '94 when it was, very, very strong. I mean, it was always an issue every other year. I mean, it was definitely the weakest part of the team.
Yeah. I got my freshman year, I sure thought that was the weakest part of the team was that secondary. I think who was the starters there? I think Greg Crane and Tommy Kane was the starters.
Yeah.
No knock on those guys, but man, it was a weak spot.
Yeah.
Speaking
No,
of,
it was.
so P, you brought up, '94. Then we went into '95, right? So '94, it was disappointing, right? Well, it was a great year,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I just felt like we had everything. We should have won. Like
Yes.
W&J was not better than us.
No, hell no. They caught us on a good day. It was a bad day for us and a good day for them. We made too many mistakes that game.
I think my argument's always been, and not to talk down about Brian, but if Vic was playing, we would have won. I think we would have won. And we, if you go back again to the stats of that game, we only had the ball on offense for 19 minutes. I mean, there's only so much you can, you guys were gassed. I mean,
I remember,
I
remember some bad snaps on the punt, the ball going over the punter's head. So everything worked out for them. Like, dude, that was the only 9 out of 10 out of 10. We'll beat them 9 out of 10. and they just got that first one. Yeah. But so when they went to I figured they wouldn't win the national championship though.
No, and look, I don't know if we would have either, but I think we could have made it run. I mean, again, I go back to if Vic was playing, having that leadership in there, having the, we made some stupid mistakes, just on offense. We fumbled the ball deep in our own territory on a pitch, a bad pitch, whatever. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm not taking away from Brian because look, Brian tore it up after that too. I mean, he had a great couple seasons too, but he was still a true freshman, and he was, he was the weakest link on a ridiculous machine, right? But I think if Vic was in there, we probably would have won that. Maybe got to the next level, maybe made it to the finals, but I think we did have all the pieces, and I guess I mean even that late in the season, that's the only piece we were missing. Everyone was still playing. No one was hurt. No one was out. No one was. I mean, we had a full squad of people not running. So I mean, we went through the injury bug earlier in the season. A couple people missed games, me and Jeff and stuff like that. But we missed the easiest games of the season, luckily. But so.
But correction though, Anthony was hurt. Remember, Gossett didn't play.
Oh, he didn't play in that game?
Yeah. So
Who
that
played in
hurt
his
too.
spot? Was Rob played in that game? And Rob's on his spot, or who played in his spot?
Trying to remember if Rob was playing that game because I can't remember what he did, but I definitely remember Gossett not playing
Hmm.
in
So
that game.
did he get hurt in the Dickinson game?
I want
Or
to say
practice?
must have been, but he did not play.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how we could have gotten beat. Like, dude, we wasn't worried about anybody throwing the football on us. We wasn't worried about nobody running the ball down our throat. Dickinson led the nation in rushing. We shut them out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude. So we wasn't worried about that on defense. Like, there was no weak
No.
spot on defense. So only thing that can beat us is us. We were the only people who can beat us.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I remember when we were, we went to practice on Monday and we had our meetings, whatever, and we're in the offensive line meetings, and Coach Salmon was in there, Antonio, and he was saying, here's their defensive line, and this guy's 265, and this and that, and blah 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 blah. And he's telling us all these statistics about them, and then he turns around and he goes, "Guess what? We ain't changing nothing. We don't need to." I was like,
That's right.
"All right, let's go." So I was like, "We're not,
Yep.
no trick plays, nothing. We're going straight at it. We think we can take them." And he was almost right. I mean,
Yeah.
we beat ourselves, man. So
That's right.
you go back and look at the tape. I mean, you can see some of the minor mistakes that just, and again, they were a 3 yards of cloud of dust team, and they just ground you guys to ground the defense down and do a nub, man. I mean, that's, we get the ball and we score in 46 seconds. And you guys don't get a break. You can't even take a sip of Gatorade, and you got to get right back out there. So another 8-minute drive, So
Absolutely.
it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah. It's okay. I remember the coach telling us, "Coach, say, hey, whoever wins this game going to the championship," and he was right. They definitely went to the championship.
Yeah.
I remember sitting up under the cafeteria watching that game on ESPN, the championship, cheering for the other team. I'm like, I hope that team destroy them. I can't cheer for them at all, not even close. Like, I hope they get destroyed. And
I don't
they
remember
did.
them. Yeah, I don't remember them playing dirty or nothing like that.
No.
But we just. It just wasn't our day, and that was it. And that was the end of it. And
that's the thing. You don't remember anything about that team. You don't remember any hell of a running back they had, any hell of a receiver they had, no heck of a defensive player. They didn't have an OJ. They didn't have an OJ. Like, dude.
They were big. That was the first team that I remember that they had all their offensive linemen were 300 pounds, and like that. I mean, which was unheard of in Division III back then. Now it's a common, right? But it was, there was just some of that. They were just these big corn-fed, white boys that just, that was it, right? So and that's all they had. They didn't have any. They had no speed. They didn't have anything like that. So
nope.
But they just, they ran the ball to perfection, and that was it. I mean, they, just the speed didn't get it.
I remember that number one receiver. He was white guy, built like Burton, but with half of the speed. So, like, dude, I'm not worried about nobody running past me. I'm not worried about none of this, and I just cannot figure out how the hell that team beat us. Like I said, we beat ourselves.
Yeah, I think if you look at our team and compare it to like a previous NFL team, it'll be like the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
Like we were so fast and quick and could score so fast.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, absolutely. I can see you like the greatest show on turf. Two people running down the sideline together about to score, high-fiving each other, running in the end zone. I can see that happening with them. Yeah.
I remember you talk about Robson. Actually, I took something from him one time. One play he caught, either he ran a touchdown or he caught for a touchdown. And he's running by himself and he looking up in the stands pointing at his mom. I'm like, damn. I was like, why I didn't think of that? So, I end up doing that later on. I took that from our store. And you know how crazy my mom was, right?
Oh,
Yes.
right.
She lost it. She lost it. When I
She
went
loved it, huh?
Oh, I bet she did,
Oh,
man.
my
She was the
goodness.
best. She was the best, man.
Yes, indeed. No,
I
she
can
loved
still hear
that.
that, man. I can still hear Jimmy Clements' mom with the bullhorn,
Oh man,
and
we
I can
had
still hear your mom. That's my baby. That's my baby.
For
yeah.
Like I
real.
said, I love it, man. I love it. Oh shit.
Uh,
Man.
but yeah, man, that was some great times, man. The only thing, I think about coming back '95, and I don't know, I hope you can maybe expand upon, I was like, damn, where's Antonio, man? I was just so
Listen.
hoping for. I was looking for, even though we lost. I'm like, man, '95. Yeah, we going to
Mhm.
come back and get back to where we were. And
Yeah.
hoping you was going to be a part of it. So, can you
Listen,
tell us
dude.
tell us
I
what
was
happened?
I was I was hanging out with Jay and them boys. And I'm like, dude, none of them was coming back. So I'm like, man, maybe I'll go somewhere in Florida and play. So I stopped. I just like the ones I was hanging out with, I stopped going to class. I stopped doing all kind of stuff. Like, dude, stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing, you know. And and when I went home, I just got comfortable. Again, I thought I was going to go to another school, but I never got serious about doing it. So I looked at Central Florida, and but then when school started, I'm home. I started working, and from there I just kept working. Like my goodness, and dude, and I'm telling you, dude, I gotta tell my son now. I'm like, dog, when you go to school, stay there. Because once you leave, you ain't going back. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't stop. I was like, do what you need to do. So now when he's getting ready to go to school, I gotta tell him, bro, first day of class, you go meet all your professors, you sit your butt in the front of the class. Like you there for one thing. You there to learn, to get your education, to the teachers better know you, the professors better know you. And that's it. You there for one reason. Don't even think about coming back home because if you come back home, you ain't leaving. So I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Listen, dude, and even for the longest of time, I would go to sleep. I would dream about playing football, dog. And right before the game start, I wake up. And that kept happening. And I'm like, man, oh my God. So I knew something was unfinished. I knew it was unfinished. But and just maybe a few years ago, I still have them dream. Like, dude, I left something out there. I knew I should have went back. That's my biggest thing about Widener. I should have just stayed there and continued.
Mm.
And who knows what the record would be right now.
Well, it's good. You know,
Yeah.
you learned that lesson. Now you're passing it on to your
Yeah,
son.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you know, I
Yes,
should
indeed.
don't do what I did.
Amen. Yeah, I can give you the good stuff I did. You can do that. but the
Yeah.
but the bad stuff, dog. Listen, do what you're supposed to do. It's easy. Do what you're supposed to do. Cause I wasn't a dummy. I didn't have problem with my grades until I stopped going to class. Other than that, I
Like you
had no
said, following the
issues.
crowd, right?
Yes, yes. Follow the crowd. Like man, now now I look back. Jay don't went back and graduated from college. Like really, really, bro. But like I say, when I went back home, I started working. Then within a year or two, I went to the police academy, and so I've been doing that ever since then. So I'm like, hey, maybe it all worked how it's supposed to. But boy, I wish I could have finished them 2 years though, boy. That especially knowing that team that we had, like man, I know we could have been. I know we could have been special. I mean, I don't look at it like I was the missing piece, but I think I could have helped.
You're a big piece.
I'll say it. I'll say it. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you,
Hey,
you were missing something
man,
fierce, man. It was
as
it was
bad
it was
too.
hard to watch.
Listen, that when my freshman year, we didn't have Coach Kenning. That's my sophomore year we had Coach Kenning. I love Coach Kenning. Even till he just passed a few years ago, but he used to text me on my birthday on Facebook, and he's like, "Happy birthday to the best defensive back I ever coached." I showed my son, like, are you reading this? I'm like, dude, are you reading this? I'm like, he done coached 50 years. I don't care if he coached in wherever he coached. You see what he said, the best that he done ever coached. Like, you better this is what you built on. You came from this. Yeah, man. I love Coach
forgot
Kenny.
that. Yeah, Kenny was a nice guy. I didn't know he
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah.
RIP.
Yeah, a few years ago. He was coaching in high school, and he told me, like, trust me, all of my players know who you are. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, I'm glad I had that lasting effect on you. Yeah. My mom, a few years ago, she went to an event and Coach Cuba was there. So she said she went up to him and she took a picture with him and sent it to me. She's like, I went up to him and I'm like, hey, my son played for you. And he's like, who's your son? And she said, Antonio Moore. She said, he called his wife over like you was a celebrity or something. Like, this is Antonio's mom. I told him, like, I did all right while I was there. I'm like, I did okay.
And you should be proud, man. I mean, look, life happens, things happen,
Uh-huh.
people make choices, and that's the way it worked out, man. It's not like
Yes.
you didn't end up somewhere bad. You didn't. I
Uh-huh.
mean, there's a lot because there's stories of people, died, prison, all kind of shit,
Yeah.
crazy stuff like that, right? I mean, you good man, good citizen, family man,
Mhm.
policeman, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So that's the happy, chapter, I guess you want to
Yes.
say. It's because then it's not over. You're like,
No, it ain't.
your chapter, your chapter of this life is going well. Just
Yes.
that chapter is a little bit different than everybody else's. Some guys stuck
Uh-huh.
it out, some guys didn't. It is what it is, and that's the way it went. But
Yep.
like I said, I'll say you were sorely missed in '95.
And that's the bad part, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, dude. Damn. Like, man, that sucked. Yeah, I felt bad about that. I'm like, damn. I know what we had. And I know what we could have been. And like I say, I can just imagine what the record would have been right now. So, I probably wouldn't have got 13 again, but the school record probably would have crumbled by the time I would have left there.
The school record is 24.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could have got that.
And that's Tom Deary,
Uh-huh.
who I don't know if you guys know who that is, but Tom Deary was like the hero of the '81 national championship team,
Mhm.
and he is in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
So Widener has 3 people in the College Football Hall of Fame, and he's one of them.
Well, Billy White Shoes.
and Manlove. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was he played at a time with Manlove where they had a lot of transfers. These guys were, Division I rejects and stuff like that. So, they end up, that's why they were so good. Right?
Uh-huh.
When, from 77 and then 8, 9, 80 and 81, like those, like 78 through 80, like they didn't lose a regular season game.
Dang.
Go look at their record. Every year was like they lost in like the quarterfinals, semifinals, national championship, like in those 4 years, like that. So like it was an insane
original.
team.
That's the original transfer portal.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, he was able to pull people in. I mean, that was his like forte. So anyway, but the school record is 24, and
yeah,
I mean, there's a really good chance you would have.
I'd have been knocking on the door unless the team just stopped throwing the football to my side altogether. That happened one game. I think that was Susquehanna. I was so pissed off, boy. I'm like, dude, they not one ball. Like, dude, I don't even need to wash my uniform. Like, dude, this is ridiculous. But again, they didn't throw the ball to my side, but we beat the stuffing out of them. So I'm like, I don't know if they just didn't want me to get an interception or they were getting beat regardless. You might as well let me get one.
Yeah, you guys ate them up that day. That was
Yeah.
that was a that was the one time in 4 years where we really manhandled them.
Yeah.
We beat them in '95, but that was a slugfest. That was a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the last game in '95. That was the last game of the season. And again, late November, it was like 33 degrees, raining, cold, disgusting, whatever. And they flubbed an extra or a field goal, a kick, and we won the game because of that.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
tough game.
Yeah, there was some games that the year that I wasn't there, I would look and be like, bro, how we lose to them? Like, dude, we just destroyed them last year. Like, dude, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, man, this sucks. This absolutely sucks.
Well, that's another that so we can dive into that a little bit more. But we've talked about it in the other episode with George and stuff like that. They changed a lot of things in '95, but we beat ourselves. Every game we lost in that year, we beat ourselves. So we lost to Susquehanna twice in the same year, right? So the first game we lost 15-14 or something like that, 16-15, whatever. I think we had 5 field goals. We had like 480 yards of offense, but we couldn't score a touchdown.
Man.
Right. And then we lost to them in the playoffs, but the other game that we lost was to FDU, and that was the same thing. We scored 38 points or something like that, but we still lost the game. And that was a game at the end of that game, Antonio. We were in the locker room, and guys started fighting on defense, screaming at each other, fighting, and screaming at the D-backs and all that stuff.
That's when you knew it's bad.
Right, and I remember going after everybody because I got in between all of them, and I'm like, "You motherfuckers, you got enough energy to fight now? What happened about on the fucking field?" I said, "Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to tell you something all right now. We just didn't score enough points. Leave them motherfuckers alone." Because they were mad at whoever was playing D-back. I don't even remember. Mercer and some. I mean, look, they were just better.
I think Stoner was playing that year too.
Right. So I'm like, you got all this energy to beat each other up now, but what happened the last 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, I think at that point, because they changed so many things, they changed the whole offense around. Guys were upset.
That's crazy.
I know George and Anthony were upset, and there was all these problems.
Don't get me started with that one.
Yeah, we're not gonna dive into it, but like the attitude.
I think George told me about that one when I was there for the homecoming. I couldn't believe that.
The team was different. The attitudes were different. And Cubitt was, in my opinion, I'm gonna use my form here, in my opinion. He was looking to do something else. He had the success. He turned the program around. He was, he only lasted one more year, and then he rolled. So it can only, and then, from his perspective, he's feeding his family off of morons like us. You know what I mean? So if we weren't winning, what good were we? Right. So, and that, I think that's where, his things were very sour in '95 from a team perspective, I think. So, and it's just, and again, those games that we lost, and then when we played Susquehanna in the playoffs, we had 2 mistake plays. Okay. That essentially cost us the game. I missed a block on a screen pass, and the guy hit Vic. We fumbled. Vic fumbled it. They picked up and ran it back for a touchdown. Now, how many blocks do you think I missed in 4 fucking years? Not many. I could probably count them on a couple fingers. That was one of them. And then later in the game, we ran a flea flicker and we scored a touchdown. It gets called back for holding. Jeff Bell, only holding penalty all year.
Damn.
That was it. They scored twice, and that touchdown was the flop, right? If we would have scored, we would have won the game. We didn't score, we lost. That was it. I mean, otherwise, we beat ourselves,
Yeah.
And with all those problems, all those things going on, right? The coaching issues and people doing this and that and whatever, and all that shit. We still waited fucking playoffs, and we still should have went on a run.
Yeah.
And people, and try to and think about this from a defensive perspective. Okay, we had to replace you, OJ, Scarpati, Jimmy Clements, and who else? There's one other person. I don't know, at least those guys, right? I mean, come on. It's not right. It was too hard. It was too much. It was too much, and to expect it to reload and lose several All-Americans and all that, it's just not going to happen, right? Like, I mean, so
Damn.
It was tough, man. It was a tough year.
That is.
Yeah. Put it like this way, I end up playing D-back.
Yeah.
Going both ways. It's funny though. One good moment though, you brought up Coach Kenny, and when I started practicing and trying to play D-back again after, I did it in high school. So that was like 3 years back since I ever even backpedaled. So when I started, practicing and going against the Buntas and all these guys, and I finally got myself together and it was good. And well, this is how bad we were. I was starting the next game at D-back, but Kenny gave me a nice compliment. He said, "Man, if you'd have played D-back when you got here, you'd have been an All-American." Then I was getting recruited as a D-back, D1, and but I love scoring touchdowns. So that's my thing. So I didn't know. To me, D-back was boring. I could play it, but I wanted to score that touchdown. It's nothing like that feeling,
Man, listen, bro. You there's nothing like a pick six, bro.
They're rare though. They're rare.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's special. Nothing like a pick six.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can only imagine. Yeah. Hey, come in the middle. Come in the middle every once in a while.
Man,
outside guy. Come on in the middle a little bit. Do an A-gap blitz to see what it's
listen,
like.
Bro. If you could have played DB with me, dude, that'd have been. We would have shut the whole field down, dog.
I can imagine that. Me and you playing D-back.
Oh,
that would have been something.
I don't know where they're gonna throw the ball. Out the backfield to the running back, maybe.
Ooh, man, that would have been something else. That really
yes,
would have
indeed.
been something else.
Hey, I want to know. I want to ask, how in the hell we lost that first game of the season?
Oh my!
So
95,
94.
94.
It came.
94. Oh my God!
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so a couple of things happened, Antonio. Fill in some blanks. So, first game of the season, and if you guys remember the game, we scored on our first 2 possessions, right down the field.
I just knew it was about to light it up.
Yeah.
And it was either the 3rd or 4th possession of the game. Jeff, that's when Jeff Bell hurt, and he hurt his knee, and he got out of the game. And then after that, we were just a mess. It was like they messed up the whole thing. I don't know what happened. So we really couldn't move the ball too much, and and they started creeping back in to the game, and I think it was 14-7 or 8, whatever it was, at that point. And we drove that. We got the ball back, and late in the game, we drove down the field. We were inside the 10, and Cubitt told Vic, "Make a play." And I mean, he just threw a ball, and they picked it off and ran it back 108 yards for a touchdown.
And still running.
And that was it. I mean, we kick a field goal there, we win the game.
Yes.
Right.
I remember being on the sideline watching this guy run. I'm like, somebody's going to tackle him. No. Like somebody's going to. I'm like, oh my God, like nobody's going to tackle him. Like, damn.
You're asking 11 guys that don't tackle anybody at all to tackle somebody like that. And it's what's
like, right. Hey, George, were you on the field? You couldn't run him down?
Well, you know what was funny about that? I was probably the furthest away from him, but I actually almost caught him at the one. I almost caught him. Yeah. I never saw it. I know that came on ESPN. I heard it. I heard about that.
Yeah.
but I almost caught him. I think one of his teammates or somebody was in front of, like, just like in the right angle for me not to catch him.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
literally
I
almost
remember.
walked him down.
I remember I gave up a touchdown that game, man, on a freaking on a fade route. They were on the goal line, and they had their receiver that he was known for jumping out the gym. And he was known for jumping over people's back. And I knew that. And I'm in perfect position. I'm like, I'm about to intercept because I already had one interception that game. I'm like, I'm about to intercept this ball. And I went up with two hands, and he came over my back and caught it over my back. And I'm like, shit, I knew I should have went up with one hand. I would have went up a little bit higher, at least knocked the ball down. Like, damn it, man. But I just knew I had an interception. And he just climbed my back. I'm like, God damn. Like,
Not much you can do
man,
about it, man.
I know, boy. But again, like I say, I'm like, I replayed that in my head. Like, what else could I do? I could have went up with one hand and tipped the ball at least. Like, shit.
Yeah, again, these are just one play here or there, but that's not the reason we lost. I mean,
Yeah.
like some other things happened, but it could have been a bad call. I mean, you'd have to really break down the game to see what's what, but that's
Yeah, because like you say, we were up 14-0 quick.
yeah.
I'm like,
First
oh
two
man,
possessions, man.
we about
First
to
two
destroy
possessions
these
of the
guys.
season, just boom, shoot right
Yep.
down the field. I thought we were going to score 6 times. I mean, like, I don't. It's funny, isn't that funny how the game happens? Like, you see a team go boom, boom, and then all of a sudden, just whoosh, like it's like
Yeah.
it's like another. They swapped another team in to play against
Yes.
you, and they got
And
nothing.
you
Yeah.
let a inferior team hang around, and sooner or later they find a way to win. That's just what happened.
Just one
Hey,
mistake.
that's the asterisk game. They
Yes.
were ineligible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that win anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, it's never been recognized as a win. It's
Just
recognized
an
as
asterisk.
there's an asterisk on the schedule, but
But we knew we should have. We knew we should have. We should have put it on them boys. We really should have. So again, anytime we lost, it was we beat ourselves. It was not that another team was better than us beat us.
Mm-mm.
So, like you say, that team was special.
No, for sure, absolutely, and that's just the way it fleshed out. But it's just another memory, and just to see that, I can still see the kid running, like, oh, and I'm like, man, he's 50 yards away. I'm like, what am I doing?
He probably was hoping somebody tackle him. He didn't want to run that far. Like, my goodness, damn.
Those were tough because just that was a 3-hour bus ride home of just being pissed off and just like, man, we're gonna get home and it's gonna suck and just what's Monday gonna be like?
Absolutely.
Just and I know the seniors were disappointed and it's it's just tough, but
well, that motivated us for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Give us BPAs out. We gave a bunch of
absolutely
BPAs
out.
No kidding,
absolutely.
Okay.
So hey, we would have won that one. Maybe we would have thought we were too good, and we would have took it easy somewhere else. But that definitely woke us up. Like, this ain't happening again.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a real situation. That's a real feeling, like a wake up call or whatever you want to call it, and everybody took it real serious. Not that we probably weren't, but I think that punch in the mouth, really woke everybody up.
Yes,
like, oh man, we can't let this go anymore. We gotta
that was sour taste.
Yeah, leave no doubt, in the future. So
yep,
it's good though, man. It's a heck of a team.
Memories, boy, man, last forever. That's for sure.
We never lost at home.
Nope. Yeah. That was a goal for that year too. Ain't nobody coming here to win. Yeah. Nobody's coming here to win.
Yeah. And we whooped her.
Yeah. Yeah, we protected that field, that's for sure.
Yeah. What did you think of I mean, you talk highly about Coach Kenny, but did you have a good relationship with Swan or Cuba too on top of that?
Yeah. Swan was cool. Swan, remember he coached at Martin County also with Cuban. So he was familiar with
They go
Florida
way
also.
back. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. So Swan was good too. All the coaches there was pretty good. Cuban once I got there, I didn't have much connection with him because he was always with the offense. And that first year I'm on the scout team, so I was pissing him off more than anything. But I remember my second year, what he did tell me, he was like, you know what? Since you getting all these interceptions, I don't see you hit people like you used to. I'm like, dude, what you talking about, man? I still hit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, he could always hit you with a zinger, man. I mean, he could always just
Yes, yes.
man. He used to cut me up something fierce. I can only imagine what he did to Vic, but
Oh yeah.
man, I
Man.
mean, he would just hammer me
Oh
and
yeah.
some of the other guys, just
I
Fat
don't know if
Boy,
y'all
Buddha,
remember
all kind of shit, man. Just
the people that he brought in. Remember he brought my freshman year the quarterback from Martin County, AD.
With the old dude,
oh
right?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, AD. He
He's
brought
like
AD.
26.
Yes, AD played. I think he played with my cousin, and my cousin graduated like 4 years before me. But so
Wow.
my cousin knew who AD was. I mean, he was a nice quarterback though, but
He
him
played a
and
little
him
bit. He
yeah,
played
him
a
and
little bit.
Cuban just
Nice.
couldn't
Yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't see eye to eye. But like you say, he was older, so a lot of stuff he wasn't putting up with Cuban.
I didn't
He's
know he
like,
was older like that, but
oh yeah,
yeah,
oh
I,
yeah.
I got a picture of him. Like I got a picture of me snapping the ball to him
Hmm.
at I don't know, it might have even been a homecoming game in '93. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's like and he's like, taking the ball and like turning back. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
pretty good
He was
picture.
he was a hell of a quarterback at Martin County, man. And as you saw even at Widener, you see in practice, he'll take off and run. He's just so smooth with it.
Yeah.
Like, dude. And he'll get on out of bounds before anybody can hit him. Like, and he can throw. So, but I think we had a couple of quarterbacks that year who was competing and can throw. I think wasn't McHenry still there?
So
Yeah.
McHenry started most of the games in
Yeah.
'93, if not all
Yeah.
of them, or it's most of them. So I
Yeah.
don't think Vic Amy played a lot in '93.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. So So
that's
so a guy like AD, like dude, you got McHenry in here. He ain't going nowhere.
mm,
McHenry is like royalty here. He ain't going nowhere.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
got a
he
McHenry story. I think
yeah.
a McHenry story. Oh my God. I'll tell you guys, y'all was talking about the FDU game, so I got a story for you guys for
Oh
McHenry.
man.
So in the
Yeah,
FD,
please make us laugh about that game, George. If you got anything funny to say about that, Antonio. I don't know if you remember this, but this is the only that game they benched the entire offense in the third at
Yeah.
the end of the third
oh
quarter.
my God.
I told
Yeah,
you they put everybody in on defense too, because I
yeah.
played some that game.
I remember like
Everybody.
the offense was going back out, and they put everybody else in it. And I looked in the stands at my dad, and he's like this, and I said they benched us, and he goes, "Good." I'm like, oh my God.
Even he was tired of y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
well, check it out. So one of the routes we used to run out of the wing T was the option routes. You go out for 7 yards and you could turn in or turn out,
Mhm.
depending where the defense is. So I think I turned out, and the defensive player was like in my inside. So guess what? He throws it say 5 feet inside towards the defender.
Oh boy.
So I have to go get it. So I go get it, and oh my God, that defender! It was like a dream hit for that defender. He hit me. So that was the worst hit I got at Widener. He hit me. I was vertical. I was vertical from the ground in the air, feet in the air, and I held on to the ball. And I got up. You know how you get hit. I was always the one to try to get up quick. So I got up.
Uh-huh.
I got up too quick. I got up quick. And I put the number one finger in the air, and I was leaning like this. I was like, number one. I was dazed, man.
Oh
That was one of
man.
the worst hits ever. I remember who was it? Perez was joking about that. He used to joke about that because he saw me
Number
looking
one.
dazed on the field.
Wow. Wow. Listen, nothing went right that game, bro.
Man.
I remember I got in and they finally punted. So they go to punt. I'm coming off the edge. So Moncado, he's punting. He drops the ball. I'm like, oh, I'm about to block this. I lay out to block it. Now he pulls the ball and takes off running. I'm
Oh, I
like,
remember him
God.
doing that.
He's going like 80 yards down the field, dude. So I finally done got him. I'm like, oh, I'm about to catch him. As soon as I get near him, somebody blindsided me, dude. I swear, all I saw was my feet going over my head. I'm like, I landed in the mud. Somebody finally tackled him. I'm like, now the dude standing over me talking crap. So one of his players pulled him away. He's like, nah, bro, just, get off the field. I'm like, thank you. I just got up. I'm like, God damn. I ran 60 yards downfield to get blindsided. I'm like, hey, it wasn't illegal back then. It was perfectly fine back
Oh
then. I'm
man,
like,
yeah,
damn.
shit.
I'll never forget
Yeah.
seeing them cleats going over my head, like over my feet. Like, my
That was the
goodness.
game, man.
Yeah,
It's funny
yeah.
how you always remember the worst game.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I just landed in the mud. Like, my
That was
gosh.
a tough one, man. I mean, look, it was not like you said, nothing went right in that game. It's just like right away, the game was like out of hand right away, if I remember.
Mhm.
And then they decided to go shotgun, trying to snap the ball. It's completely covered in mud. I'm telling you, the ball would sink down in the
Yes.
ground. And I got to snap it, like, and then we're trying to shuffle in the mud, and like, we were in all white, and everything was brown because we were in mud.
That's right.
Everything was gross,
It's
and
cold.
mud all over my hands. And they would send a guy in, just whoever, so we could wipe our hands off on him for a play. And it's like, and it was funny. We talked to a while back. We talked to Joey Weisinger about it, and he's like, "You remember that game, Pete?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, in 3 quarters, you had 3 bad snaps, in that weather. And I'm like, don't remind me, Joe. And he goes, yeah. He goes, remember they benched you guys? And I'm like, yeah, thanks. He goes, and I went in, Pete. I had 3 bad snaps in 1 quarter. So he goes, yeah. It's like, it was terrible, man. It's just like, oh.
Oh man, well, he's like, so you wasn't so bad.
He wasn't so bad. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, it was that bad. I don't remember doing anything right. I think we kicked a field goal in that game. That was the only thing we scored. I think it was like 30-3. I had to kick a field goal in that slot. Yep. But
like, how in the hell that dude had 200 yards receiving in that? Like, that's
home field.
It was like they had special cleats or something, man. Like, it's just holy crap.
Listen, I remember Freddie Allen was guarding him one play, and he did a quick slant, and he just caught the ball like 2 yards in front of Freddie. He turned up the field and just walked away from Freddie. Freddie was fast. Freddie was a track dude,
the track guy, yeah.
And I'm on the sideline like, what? How'd that happen? Like, bro, how did this happen? Like, Freddie, okay, he caught the ball, but Freddie should run him down. Like, nope. Vic had those long legs, just ran away from him. Like, wow.
He was a man. He was a full-on man. We were kids.
Yes.
Most of us were like 18 or 19 years old. Like,
yes.
He could have had a family at that point already. Like, the guy had dad strength. Like.
Yes. Listen, me and him are friends on social media now. So I'm like, okay, he respected.
Okay. It's funny you brought up Fred because it was hype about that receiver, Vince, and everything. It was hype before that, right?
Oh man, Freddie was.
Freddie came up to me. I can remember nobody really talked to me about game plans on defense, right? Freddie was like, "Yeah, I've been watching film on this guy."
Yep.
It's like, I got him.
I got him. Freddie was talking so much.
I mean, oh my God. And then when the game happened, yeah, you got him, all right.
You got a good view of his ass running into the end zone.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And the coach definitely want to talk to you when you come to the sideline, buddy.
I tell you, of the games we lost, which there weren't many, but the games we lost, that definitely was a game to me that felt so out of control. Like there was never a chance for anything to go right.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't think of another game where we were just like hopeless, and that game was hopeless from the beginning. Because we were late. Was that the game we were late to? No, that wasn't the game we were late to. Was it, George?
I think
Is that the game we
find it? Yeah,
was it 95? 95 we were late.
Was it 95?
Was it we got lost and we only had like a few minutes to warm up? I think that was 95. If I recall, that was another. So we had to go up to FDU in 95.
We lost,
Antonio, and we lost. It was like 38-35 or something like that. But that's a game they were fighting in the locker room. But I think that was the year we got there, and they only gave us like 10 minutes. Like, you got to get dressed and get out here, or we got to forfeit the game. So we got we had no chance to warm up or anything, and we still did that. But I don't think that was what happened in 93 though. I think we just got. I think he was pissed at the bus driver because he was lost, but we got there. We were okay. Maybe I might have my stories mixed up. It was definitely
that was
one
back
of
when
those
what they have MapQuest.
Yes, shoot, that is had a physical map.
The bus driver stopped and got out of the gas station to go to the bathroom and everything and get directions. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, man.
How'd you not have this before, like the day before?
Exactly.
He didn't have a game plan.
Oh, he didn't have a game plan. That's the truth. Oh my God, that's funny, man. That's the kind of shit, though, right? Like, those are the, these memories that you have.
Absolutely.
These funny stories, these situations you get put into, the locker room stuff, man, just unbelievable.
Absolutely. I tell anybody, dude, the football is I think every male should play football, because you learn a lot from football and from being around the guys and being in the locker room and going out there and battle as a team. Like, dude, it's life lessons more than just sports. It's life lessons. You meet, and the people you meet are going to be lifelong friends and whatnot. Listen, when I first moved to Miami, me and this guy I work with, we used to always argue about high school football. Because y'all might not know, but people from Miami think that Miami has the best everything. So I'm arguing with him back and forth. And he's asking me, like, so who did you play football with? I'm telling him about the people I played with and the places they went to play. So I'm like, dude, who did you play with? Tell me some people on your football team that went to college somewhere. He's like, well, I don't remember, because I didn't hang out with them like that. I'm like, bro, you lying. Ain't no way you played football and don't remember the people on your team. Like that, I'm like, I'm not arguing with you ever again, because you just showed your hand, bro. I know everything about the people I played in high school with. I know where they went to college. I know how they did in college. I know everything. I still remember certain plays in high school where you may have made a tackle or I remember missing an interception. The receiver ran out. I took it. I bit perfect. Cut in. Ball hit me right in my hands. It was a touchdown. I dropped the football. I remember my coach cussed me out from head to toe. He's like, you don't drop my fucking ball. I'm like, yes, sir, coach. Yes, sir, coach. So my good play turned into a bad play, but I remember that. And for this guy to come tell me he don't remember the people he played with, I'm like, bro, get out of here with that. Ain't no way. No way.
No, you're right, man. The brotherhood part of it is real. It's and we're fortunate to have a very good one, and good relationships and lasting relationships, and even long distance and all the other stuff too. I mean, we can all still do things like this and see each other occasionally and stuff like that. I wish there was a way to really get everybody together and do something, but we're trying with this. And, we're having some success, and it's been fun to do. So
yes, bro. 2 years ago when I went back for that homecoming, that was awesome. Just to be with the guys, went to the little pizza place And we just chatted and laughed and joked. It was awesome to reminisce about the old times. Nothing like those times, bro. Look at everybody got gray hairs now, but we still remember the stuff like it was yesterday.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah.
Some of us have taken a few more blows to the head than others, but we're getting there. I do my research beforehand.
I hear you. The helmets back then wasn't like they are now.
That's right. I mean, look at
we,
this
we had
fucking
to.
thing.
We had yes. We had.
You see all that shit, man?
Man, there it is. There it is.
We had the
The
ones
old
you could
color.
put a little air in it. You could pump it up a little bit, but that was about it. But that was a badge of honor, boy. That scarred up helmet.
Oh yeah.
Now,
No doubt.
boy, they'd have looked at your helmet and you got kicked out the game just for that. It was like, nah, bro. We see what you about.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good though, man. It's good. What else you
Mhm.
got, guys? What else you got, George? Anything?
Not much, man. Just I'm just glad to have you, man, on this podcast. You know, love your work, love your story. I mean, you got a really good story. You know how you came up, and from basically the last man on the roster to
Yes, indeed.
All American. You know,
Yes, indeed.
you need
Yes,
to write a
indeed.
book on that one.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Hey, bro, but I always knew. I always knew it. I always knew what I had.
You
So,
believe
yes, indeed.
hard work.
Absolutely.
You're right, George. It's a story of just that he worked hard and got it, earned it. I mean, you
Mhm.
straight up. I mean, it wasn't handed to you. Everybody today, they want to be the best right out of the gate, and they don't.
Yep.
They're not getting coached up, trained up, whatever. And
Mhm.
look, sports are different today. College is different today. All
Uh-huh.
that NIL stuff, but everybody wants instant stuff. We
Yes,
call it the
indeed.
microwave culture. But
Yep.
you're a real story, man. You earned it up. We all did, right? One way or another. We all
Yes,
earned our
indeed.
spot.
Yep.
Whether it came, right away or a couple years down the line or whatever. But it's how it had to get done. Like you did what you needed to do. You proved yourself. They put you out on the field, and you never let go of it until
That's
you
right.
decided to let go of it, right? You did,
Yep.
that's what it was. No one was going to take it from you.
I told you,
So
even being on the scout team, I just took every day as every day. That was my game day. I'm gonna go out here and give Dukes the business, and Duke's gonna be talking so much crap. But that dude, I learned from that dude. Dukes was a professional, bro.
Mhm.
He really was. He used to piss me off. He would catch the ball, and even if the play was over, he would still run all the way to the end zone. I'm like, oh, this guy. I'm like, this guy. He's so freaking annoying. But now I get it. Now I get it. But Dukes was a professional. And Bunta trying to cover Bunta, man. You better be ready to run. Hey, he gonna teach you to get out of that back pedal. Everybody gave you something different, but like I say, going against them dudes on a daily, that prepared me for what was to come.
Yeah. Nah, you had to be mentally tough there. I think, like you said Pete, it prepared us. Like what they had over 100 people. We all came from different backgrounds and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
I came from I was gonna be D1 and it got hurt. And
Mhm.
end up there. But even that, I had to work my ass off. We had I don't know how many running backs there.
Yeah.
And they were good, and learning a new system and all that good stuff. So we
Mhm.
all had to work hard. Even like you look at Gossett too. Gossett, probably our first year he wasn't a starter or even thought of being in a starter actually. And he
Uh-huh.
worked his ass off, got bigger. He got in the weight room. He wasn't even a lifting. I probably motivated him there. You
Yeah.
know, so he got in the weight room and to a point, I think the one year I lost whatever the conditioning thing, it was to him.
Mm.
And that's the only person that ever beat me for that.
Wow.
So it was great to see how everybody like improved and like worked hard and like was mentally strong,
Uh,
and we all got better, and that's how we got to be a better team.
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it was great to be pushed by everybody. Just there's that fire, the competitive fire that we all had with each other and against each other a little bit. So
Yep.
it made for a great time, man. Great stories, great team, and a hell of an experience overall.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you figure if you were weak mentally, those guys left. They were like,
Hey man,
Yeah.
what do they call it? On the midnight train, that
The
night train.
The night train.
Yeah,
baby.
boy, that night train. You wake up and like, damn, the bed empty.
Pictures on the wall and everything.
Yeah, man, he was smooth with it, like a thief in the night. Boy, he didn't even wake you up.
You see, we were there one time. It was in '93, and we're sitting in the stands because there were still kids that didn't make the 16 110s. They'd have to keep running them every day,
Yes.
right? Till they made it.
Yeah.
Watch the kid. He ran, from the dorms towards the library, and then back, and then to the library, back to the dorms, and around, and he got his car and he left. I'm like, why didn't you run them? Why'd you do them at all? You just ran 4 gases for no reason.
he was planning his escape.
Yeah, so he just ran to his car and you see,
Hey, wow.
Screw this, man. Oh my God.
Hey, look, I still have the cutoff shirt that we had in camp with Widener football.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found that in my drawer. I'm like, oh, I'm keeping this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if I ever get some abs again, maybe I'll put it on one day and walk around look like George Jones.
There's only one person that can do that, baby. George.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I gotta tell you, I look similar, so I didn't change much. I'm still a little less than my playing weight, but
I hear you.
I don't think I could fit in some.
I hear you, bro. I'm with you.
Oh my God.
I'm with you.
It's funny, man. I can still get my helmet on though. It still fits because believe it or not, my head didn't get any bigger.
It's still the same size.
Gotcha.
Still the same size, man. Just,
Okay. No, that's good.
Yeah, right. Had a little less hair, but it's still
Yes.
good. But
I hear you.
yeah, right. Oh my God, man! I'll tell you what, it's been a pleasure to have you on here, Antonio, man.
Man, anytime, bro. I've enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll definitely get
man.
you. Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
for sure, man. For sure, man. It's been great to have you on and just chat again and catch up and swap some old stories. But
Hey, man.
we'll definitely get you back in the future.
Hey,
again.
anytime, bro. Anytime. I'm ready. Hey, we could talk about football forever. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I'm ready.
Yeah, good. Well, we're going to keep it up. We'll try to get this published out in the next day or so. You can share it to your friends and your family and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
let me
Enjoy
know
it.
when it's up, bro.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Absolutely. Good, man. Good.
We'll
Brother,
do.
it's good talking to you, man. We'll stay in touch.
All right,
And,
man. Love
we'll
y'all
catch up
boys,
soon.
man. Love y'all.
Same here, brother.
All right.
Be good, brother.
Y'all take it easy. Yep.
Take it easy.
All right, brother.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that was fun.